Okay, in this exercise, I'm going to walk through the surfboard problem we had on exam 2. So in the surfboard problem, um, there are many questions from 3 to 7, and what I want to do is work through the marginal cost aspect of it in this particular problem. So let's just pick a red color. Alright, so we got the right color. So what is the problem asking? Here's the output per day. You could either produce 0 and it still costs you $250, but once you start producing 1 unit, there's an extra cost start coming in for that production, so the total cost went up to $250. And then when you produce 2 units, the cost even increased further from $450 to $600. So from our fundamentals, we know when we produce 0 units and there is still a cost of $250, that means it is not varying with production. So this must be your fixed cost. Right? That's your fixed cost. But then after that, everything starts varying, so that's a variable cost. So $250 went up to $450. That means there's $200 increase here. From here to here, there's a $200 increase. That would be the marginal cost of making 1 unit. When I start making the second unit, my cost goes from $450 to $600. So that's about a $150 increase. So that's once again, it's a marginal cost, right? So when you go from second to third unit, the third unit is increasing your cost from $600 to $800. So third unit perhaps is costing me $200. And then when I went from third to fourth unit, it's costing me $800 to $1,050. So it's costing me $250 there. And then the fifth unit is costing me $1,050 to $1,350. So that's about a $300 marginal cost. One cost me $300. And then when I go from 5 to 6, the sixth unit is going from $1,350 to $1,700. So that's about a $350 increase. So that would be the marginal cost of making. This is for the sixth unit, right? This is for the fifth unit. That's what we're saying. So that's the marginal cost. Now that we know these information, let's go and look at what the questions are. Based on the table above, the custom surfboard shop faces a fixed cost of $250 a day. So that would be the right answer. One would be, so answer is B. For question number 4, based on the table above, the marginal cost of producing the second surfboard, that is this number, $450 to $600. That's about $150. So that should be this one. And for problem number 5, based on the table above, when 4 units are produced, what's the average variable cost? Even though we are only interested in marginal cost, accounting standpoint, we want to know what the average variable cost, let's say. Then 4 units were costing me in total $1,050. That includes the fixed cost. So what is my variable cost? Well, my variable cost would be, let's say 4 units, total cost is $1,050. And my fixed cost is $250 from here. So I subtract that out. I get a total of $800 for 4 units. This is the variable cost. So what is my average variable cost? That would be 800 divided 4. That would be $200 per unit. So it should be C. And what is question number 6? Based on the table above, the custom surfboard can sell its board for $300. profit maximizing level of output would be what? Well, it should be, let's use a different color. Marginal revenue, we are saying every one of them can be sold for $300, right? So our cardinal principle is marginal revenue equals marginal cost is where you make your optimum production. So my marginal revenue is 300. Where is my marginal cost? Going from 4 to 5, right? We said 1,050 to 1,350, and that creates about a $300 in marginal cost. So marginal revenue equals marginal cost is about the 5th unit. So the answer should be 5 surfboards. Okay, for problem 7, we're talking about based on the above table, the price of custom surfboard can charge increases to 375. Now we're saying, hey, marginal revenue goes to, let's say if the marginal revenue is 375, when does the marginal cost equals that, right? So the first one is 300 marginal cost for the 5th surfboard. 6th surfboard is costing me 350, so I would still produce that one because marginal revenue is 375. What about going from 6 to 7? That is going from here to here, 1,700 to 2,100, so that is $400 for the 7th unit marginal cost. Here marginal cost is more than the marginal revenue of 375, so I shouldn't do this. So I should stop at the 6th unit. So my 7 should be basically producing 6 surfboards. That's the answer. So hopefully this makes sense to you guys.